YouTube, UK, welcome back to another video. It's not the blasphemy, it's a fucking chiller. Pissing it down, black as your ass. Jesus Christ. As soon as I decide to do a video, fucking, well, there is no sun, but it goes fucking dark, pissing it down. I'm committed now, I'm in. I'm all in. There's no going back. This game is not doing a great deal of anything. It's a Starblade Alpha, but yeah, it's not great. Oh well, fucking Scamdemic Part 2, fucking Fictitious Wave Part 2. It's all shit, innit? It really is shit. Fucking great crack this is. But I've got loads of stuff. Absolutely fucking a boatload to go through. We'll see how the light holds out. It might be cut short. Trades and I suppose the trades, gift offs, or words to that effect. Perhaps definitely gifts. Actually, do the gifts first. I'm gonna cock it all up. Remember last video I said we went to Skeggy. Well, I went to Skegness. I went with good mate Rob, who doesn't make videos and should make videos. And I've mentioned it before, so go back to another video and go and harass him to make videos. But yeah, we went up to see my brother. And had just a couple of days away. It was weird because it was the same weekend that would have been Blackpool. So we didn't have Blackpool, we had Skeggy and we had a great time. There are some pictures, there are some little video clips. If I can find any, I'll drop some in here.
Well done.
It was just nice to get away. Like I say, play a load of arcade games. And I always forget because I'm obviously used to go to a place like Arcade Club where most of the machines work. It was like triggers not working, wheels not centered right, you know, and it just seemed to be me at one point. Like, I'm sure Rob was thinking, yeah, it's full of shit here. And then we went to play a two-player Sega Rally, and honestly, it was like the wheel. I don't know if it was the resistance in the wheels. The car was just doing donuts, and it was just like, this is fucking shit. So yeah, they just obviously just get fucking battered, don't they? They really do. I'd say we're quite spoilt with the Arcade Club, you know, Leeds and Bury, because obviously they're well maintained. But when you're putting a quid in, or you know, whatever it is a game, and it's just like, oh god, this is terrible. But yeah, great time. We went on some little excursions to a sort of, it's not a town, like a village. And Rob had been there before, and he sort of said, I'll take you to this shop. They're like sort of junk shops. Again, if I've got some pictures, I'll put them in here. Honestly, it must be fucking renowned around that area. It was just like mind blowing. I mean, it was full of shit. Rob's convinced that there's gold in there. I'm not so sure, but just seeing it and walking around it, it's just like, I mean, God knows how it's still open for health and safety. Anyway, you can see some of the pics. I'll drop them up there. But while we were in that sort of town, went to one charity. I mean, did the charity shops. There's very little to nothing, and I sort of said, I don't know. It was like an unwritten thing actually. So I asked one shop if they've got any games, and then they had some Xbox 360 tat, which Rob picked up. And then we went to the next one, and Rob just kind of asked. So we just took it in turns to ask. And then this particular one that I went in and asked, have you got any games? And she sort of said, oh, what, like the PlayStation? I said, yes. So she comes out with a load of PSP games in really nice condition. Picked through some of them, so I'm trying to look £1 each. And I just happened to say, oh, you don't have the machine for this, do you? And lo and behold, she had the machine. So, all in, I think I paid 15 quid, so I'll give her a tenner. No, 14, was it? I got a receipt, it's £14. 14, Age UK, look. I'm not going to tell you where it is, because the shop's just amazing. Not this shop, the junk shop, and I'm pretty sure Rob frequents it quite regularly, so cause that's where his caravan's up round Skeggy anyway. Yeah, 14 quid, just a nice little thing, and obviously it's going to be moved on because I've got no need for it, but it is a nice silver slim and light PSP. Fucking rain, I mean everything's in there. I don't know if she sort of said about, oh that was it, she hasn't been pack tested, so that don't matter, don't worry about that. Really nice condition this is. So yeah, tenner. I was like, yeah, we'll have that. I mean, it'll probably get moved on at a show if we ever end up with a show ever. But I've got no real, you know, I sort of let the whole PSP thing collection sort of go and dwindle. Does come with a weird American power supply, which Rob did point out to her. You would better test that anyway. Answer on a postcard. 5V AC adapter. If I strip that wire off, can I just whack a fucking UK plug on it? I'm not sure if it works that way. I'm not sure if this is a switching power supply. I don't know. I haven't. On it, first time I'd fucking looked at it. And full of games here. These are the games that I picked out initially at £1 each. Sid Meier's Pirates, Star Wars 2 Battlefront, all in great condition. Lord of the Rings Tactics, and Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast, which you think would be a, you know, wholesome value. Not really. Probably a nice game to have. They're all complete. I'm not going to fucking bore you to tears with that, but it was something that was something nice. I say after that, there was nothing else doing in the charity shops really. We went to get something to eat. In this, like it looks like a oldie pub. I thought, yeah, we'll have a fucking bit of that. So we sit down, and then the lady comes over, gives us like the menus. So we're looking at the menus, and Rob had seen something in that junk shop, and he was going to check it on his phone. So he sits down, takes his phone out, and she shouts across from the bar, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me." We were like, "Oh, what?" And she pointed to this sign, and what was it called? I think it's Sid Meier's now. Sam Jameson? Something like that, some pub. He said, oh, have you never been in a Sam Mac? Is it Sam Mac? I can't remember. It's Sam something. You've never been in a Sam Mac pub? And it's basically like no internet, no phones, no tablets, no laptops. You're not allowed to have them on the table. And Rob's fucking bottom lip started wobbling. It was the oddest thing. I suppose it's to sort of try and force people to talk and stuff, but what happens is no one talks and they get this really weird atmosphere in there. It's almost like being in school, you know, you just keep quiet. But the food was really nice, you know, and whatnot. So we had our fill, and then we sort of went on our merry way. Aside from that, it was just having some beers, seeing the sights. You know, I hadn't been to Skeggy for a while. I popped to see my brother on Friday, and Rob said, don't worry, he goes, I'm going to go on a little adventure. So off he fucking went. I see my brother for a few hours. Obviously he had work anyway. And then Rob sends a picture. He goes, I found a shop or something. I was like, you bastard. Load of like Super NES, loose Super NES and whatnot. And then he comes back, he goes, oh, I've got a gift for you. I was like, what? Don't be buying me stuff. And he fucking did. He's bought me this. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this at the minute. If I put something in here, it'll be in here. If not, if it can't be arsed, then it won't be. But yeah, so essentially, if that's come off, I don't know. But yeah, look, mentioned in the last vid, going to try for the full NES PAL UK. Well, the PAL set. Let's go for the PAL set, which includes the Aussies, the Italians, and stuff like that. Let's say I might have to come up with a proper name for it, but I thought that might be, if it come off, that might be a bit of a laughing giggle for some people. And anyway, he got me this one. He said, "I hope you ain't got it." I said, "No, I haven't." And I do remember this being a little bit tricky to get on the old Master System, and it is Spider-Man: Return of the Sinister 6. I'm just going to look at the sleeve. Now, the shop that he got this from was in, I want to say Boston. Or was it Grantham? Oh, I can't remember. But obviously he was speaking to the guy there, and apparently he knows of the channel. I can't remember what the shop's called. Rob didn't even remember what the shop was called. But thank you, kind sir. But many thanks to Robert for that gift. It did not have to. And if I can get the name from Rob, if I can remember it, I'll put it down here somewhere. But yeah, he knows of me. He sort of he's been at he stalled out at Doncaster, so. Rob had a rummage through, you know, asked if you got any more stuff, and he was quite amenable, should we say, and let him have a dig through and whatnot, which is always nice, isn't it? And yeah, obviously he had a load more loose carts out the back that just weren't on show, so it's always worth asking, even in the sort of main retail shops. But obviously that's another one off the list. So yeah, I mean that was sort of scary. A couple of days that was really needed. Nice little break. Another gift from a fellow tuber, sister from another mister, my little sister, holster. Very kindly contacted me and sort of said about after the last video, "Well, I've got the insert for that game. You're more than welcome to do it." And she's, you know, obviously said, "Look, do you want any postage?" Blah blah. She said no, and it's just an insert, and she's really kindly sent it through. It's great, and it completes my little Q-Bert game, so it saves me buying bloody Q-Bert again. I'm not going to find them, am I? Oh, bear with. So look, Q-Bert, there's no insert. Thanks to the holster, we can now. Oh God, don't that feel good? I can make it feel good now. But yes, complete. Thank you. Holster TV. I've got to try and find another game, man. Try that one, because that's not doing shit. I thought it might be a good intro. I think I might have tried this one before, and it's bland as hell. Come on. Pitfall 3D. See if this does get out. I bet it's going to ask for a faster controller. Right. Hopefully moving swiftly on. I've been meaning to do this vid for a week or two, and I said to the lad, I couldn't be bothered. And then one time I sort of get the impetus to do it. It's like fucking, that's actually brightened up a little bit now, thank God. So hopefully it stays like this. And I was just like, oh, I'm doing it anyway. Right, sticking with a kind of like gift off, I suppose. This is the oddest thing. Honestly, this guy makes me laugh. Is it gonna fucking do anything? Right, so this has come from Craig, Super Quintendo. Links to all these people down below anyway. Anyone I mention. Is that going to do it? Oh, let's see if that works. He put this in his vid because he went up to Arcade Club, got early in the year, met up with a few of the other tubers, and he did like a mini trade with Alan, Big Game Al. And he showed this, and it was just literally just a box, nothing else. And I was like, fuck, I've got... Obviously, because at that point, I didn't really reveal that I was going for a full NES set kind of thing. But I'd got the cartridge and the manual for that. So I said to Craig, I said, mate, if you know, I'd love to buy that off you, trade it off you, whatever. And obviously that he sort of mentioned, obviously in his video, it was from Alan. So he went and asked Alan if it was okay, which is fine. And Alan went, well, Stu should have said so, because I said this in my the last Doncaster video. And I'm like, nah, I'm sure if he'd said that he had this, because I've had this cartridge and manual for ages, I would have said something. So I went back and checked his video, and at no point did Alan say it's up for trade, you know, or you whatever, you know, pay postage or whatever, buy me a drink, nothing, right? So it's not Big Game Al, it's fucking Al Simers, because it's obviously he thinks he's saying something and he ain't. He's losing his mind. But the long and short of it is, I've got a nice complete, which actually finishes off a subset on the NES of both the Metal Gear games, box complete. So this is obviously an amalgamation, thanks to Craig and obviously for Alan. I sent Craig some money to get a drink, because I know he traded him a couple of loose NES titles. So I hope that was all right, Craig. But yeah, mate, I really, really do appreciate this. And just so you can see, it is all. I have got both with the manual and a cartridge, so that is lovely. That is lovely jubbly. It's like I say, Snake's Revenge and now Metal Gear. Thanks to Alan and Craig Quinney. Top stuff. Top banana. And obviously that doesn't really add to the NES set because it was already in there. Right. Sticking with. Fucking still going, man. Sticking with tubers. Not really. Well, I suppose he's done me a deal. That's for sure. Wasn't a gift. Wasn't really a gift off per se, because he's thinning his collection down. The Unknown collection, I think only a handful of people have seen, and he's meant to be sort of beyond belief. From none other than, without further ado, Retro, Big Mike Houlihan. And I can't remember how it come about. Someone mentioned Mike's having to thin out of his collection, and he had some stuff on eBay. I think, look, he wants to maximise his profit. Fucking get that. You know, I don't begrudge anybody doing that at all. I think he'd done some deals with Mark Burnout Culture. If you watch Mark's video, you can sort of see there's quite a few bundles that have come from Mike. He says he's just going through stuff. He only lives in a flat, bless him. So obviously, yeah, space just becomes a premium. But yeah, this particular game, and I've been looking for this game for fucking ages. God, I remember playing it in the arcades. It was one of the only 2 games that I ever remember playing in the arcades that had a rotary joystick. So, them that clever enough will probably know what this game is. And, I remember the Spectrum version was a decent port. I'm sure that was done by Jim B. Is it Special Effects? And then the Mega port weren't too bad, but there's no rotary joysticks on it. I never quite felt the same. But in recent times, this game has fucking skyrocketed. Only came out in Japan on the Megadrive and the Genesis, obviously in North America. And it is none other than the mighty Midnight Resistance. So Mike had this up for a certain price. The bottom of the spine has sort of seen better days, and he was honest enough with it. Did me an absolute stellar deal. It is all complete. I think Mike's got the Genesis version of this, so he was sort of, he's quite happy that he's got a copy. I have got a donor case, so that will be donated. So I'll swap them over. Yeah, say like a bit of tape, just to. I mean, you might even need it with a decent case, just to pin that back in, and that'll look all right. And obviously, look, it's in my collection. It ain't going anywhere, is it? Nothing ever leaves here. It's like Hotel California. Stay as long as you like, but you can never leave. Can get in there. Still more stuff. Shit, got a pile over there. Right. It is almost like a fucking YouTuber gift off. Trade off. I'm going to leave that one. Right, this one turned up. Postman went, oh, Christmas has come early. I was like, well, and actually it has been my birthday, so there's some birthday shit to show you as well. I said, no, it has been my birthday, but it's not from that. This is from, I think it's from anyway. Let's have a double check, because I could be wrong here, and it could be a box of shit. But I think I know what this is, who this is from. So open it live. Yeah, it is. So this is from the one, the only, Boofy lad, Anthony. He dropped me a message what were we on about? It might have been off the back of the what's it video, the last video. Because obviously he's not collecting Nintendo cardboard either. And he said, oh, I've got this if you're interested. I said, mate, yeah, I'll take that. I've got the game. I don't think I've got the manual for it. So I'll be on the hunt for a manual for this. If anyone's got a manual, let me know. But I have got the game. Oh, he's even left the sleeve in there. You little dancer. Cheers, Ant. Put that in a box protector. I mean, it's in great condition anyway, but a box protector will really give some form. And it is Asterix on the NES. So like I said, I'm not actively going out my way to, you know, to get unboxed and stuff. It has got some tape across it. He did mention that. Very similar to what happened with that that copy of Snake's Revenge. So I might have a go at taking it off, although that's not too bad. So the Snake's Revenge one was all crusty, you could really see it. That's not too bad. It might be worth leaving it rather than trying to damage anything. But I've got the cartridge, put that in. I don't think I've got the manual. And that will look absolutely fucking brilliant. So, again, links down below to Ant's channel. Boofy's like fucking big spender, man. He's got deep pockets. A bit like Mr. Bads. You know, he don't go in half-hearted. I think his last video was like fucking Mega CD Smurfs, Mega CD Marco's Magic Football. It's got to be, what, pushing 500 quid that game. Smurfs is probably not far off that. And some of the stuff he's got in his collection, absolutely amazing. You know, quite a small tuber as well. So definitely go and give Ant a watch. And if you like what you see, drop him a sub. Goes with all the guys, you know. You know, I know like not everybody's cup of tea. That's the way of the world and its people. But he's a character. He's a character, is Anthony. But yeah, appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that. And again, like all the other stuff, it's not leaving. It's not leaving the collection. Right, still more stuff from other YouTubers. Again, a bit of a trade-off. Although the guy was just going to send it me, and I was like, mate, I can't do this. At least let me pay postage. And he was like, no, I'll send you it. And then I sort of said, look, what are you collecting for? Or, you know, what's your sort of thing? And he sort of said Megadrive, Super Nintendo. I said, look, I've got still got these loose Snes cards. Anything that takes your fancy. Have what you want. And he said, so just send me this one game. So I sent that over to him. It still doesn't equate to what he sent me here. It probably doesn't even cover the fucking postage. So I really do appreciate it. And I want to get this right. His name's Dave. Techno Retro 81. Bit of a car boot. And he chucked in a Brucey bonus as well. And I was like, what the frick? You know, and he sort of said, look, just keep making these vids, mate. I'm happy to send you it. But I didn't have to do this. Hope this will do, Stu. Dave. But I had to just double check. Techno Retro 81. Don't have numbers in your name. I'm joking. You know, start Dana off again. So what Dave sent me off the back of my last video is a Snes. Because all I wanted was a base. And obviously this one is quite yellow. The other one's out there somewhere. Shit. But I wanted to show it first. And obviously I will be transplanting it across. I'm guessing his internals is probably better than mine as well. So I'll probably swap the lid over, perhaps. But yeah, I mean, you know, they ain't, even just that ain't cheap, you know, so less the fucking postage. You wouldn't have a fucking jar of it. I really do appreciate it. And an absolute bounce of a game. When I seen it, I thought that's got to be part of the same series of games. And when I sort of did a quick Google just to sort of check what sort of game it was, I wasn't wrong, and it's Jackie Crush. So it's part of the Alien Crush and Pineapple Crush. No, I can't remember what the other one's called. The Crush game. Pinball. It's fucking Pinball. Alien Crush. Something else Crush. Jackie Crush. But I think this is a Super Famicom only release as well. So yeah, well happy with that. Dave, man, honestly, I really do appreciate it. Again, links to Dave's channel. Go and check him out. Bit of a car booter, bit of a CX wheeler and dealer. You know, it's your staple. You know, no qualms. Just a guy building a collection, wants to get involved in YouTube, making vids, and enjoying himself. what's that other bloody Crush game called? Everyone's shouting at the screen. I do this. I could just think of Alien Crush. That's all that's in my head now. Okay, now. We've done both. Done. Oh, that's the other one. Right. Got this one. Okay, now. Still going. Still going. Right. From my man in Japan, Wasabi James. He dropped us a message. He was after, what was he after? He was after a Wii U game. So anybody got a spare copy of this Wii U game? I mean, obviously I don't have spares of Wii U stuff anyway. But Rob was going to check, and he didn't. Rob only had about 3 Wii U games, and it was none of them. But I just said to James, look, I'll get you a copy, mate. I'll get it from CEX. I sort of checked the eBay selling price just in case, because sometimes CEX can overinflate it, and you know what? They're pretty much on the money. So I sent that over. It was for his lad. Twilight Princess. Something to do with, I think it was to do with Smash Brothers. One of the amiibos, the only way you can level it up. I don't know. But he wanted it in English, and I was like, I'll send you over. And you know what? He's a little diamond. And he sent me something back. This had been sat here for a couple of weeks. Because I opened it, and then I sort of saw the sort of notes and stuff. I thought, right, I'm going to leave that for a video. I'm going to leave it for a video. It's sort of sat there now for a couple of weeks. So I really don't know what's in here. And that's well, that's what I always love when stuff comes from James, because he's... Those that did ever meet him, who kind of knew him, he's so sort of finicky with conditioner stuff, and given where he is in Japan, it's like fucking out. You know, he wouldn't send you something that's sort of slightly yellow. Or I'm like, mate, just fucking buy it from the was it hard off, whatever. Fucking get the stuff sent out. You know, because that'd be me. Loose carts. But he's not into any of that. So there's a note. Right. I'm not sure if I should read all of that, but basically he's just sort of saying, thanks for helping me out, and he's really happy that I'm still putting videos out, and you know, he's had some sort of stuff going on in his life, in real life over there. It's simple things that really make a difference, is in terms of making the videos. So thank you, and keep up the good work. Well, not good work, maybe over-egging it. The effort, good effort. Do you know what? It's an effort, mate. It's an every fucking day. Every day, because I don't make videos every day. Every time I put this fucking camera on, it is an absolute fucking... It's a ball ache. It is a ball ache. Even when I sort of thin the shit out, it just seems to fill it up again. And I said this before, I'd probably make more videos if it wasn't such a fucking effort. Moving shit around, there's bags and boxes and shit has to be moved, and fucking blinds, not blinds, but fucking curtains have to be moved. This fucking thing has to be plugged in, with an extension lead. PlayStation set up, fucking, you're welcome, as Bit would say. But it is an effort. I'm glad you fucking realised that as well. So anyway, like I say, I was going through the top bit, and now this is weird that he sent me this, because that is really weird. So I can't remember what I'd sent over to them. I think it was, because I always take I always rib Rob, not Rim. Might be getting to that stage soon though. About his PC Engine, that he's obviously can't play CD games. when we were at the market, and he'd sort of say, oh, you know, because it's learning, and you know, everyone fucking has to start somewhere. It was like, what are the good games? And I'd pick some good games out, and the guy ain't got a CD, and I'd do it on purpose. I was like, oh shit, you can't play that one then, because I only got U card. And I always say to him, look, fuck this fucking suit at the briefcase thing off, just get a Duo Wow. Anyway, long story short, I think Scottish Japanese Alan had one for sale, quite yellow, and I just listed it, and the conversation just flowed sort of off track a little bit, and there was some outs in there, and it was the twin Famicom I think he had, and I'm just like a loose one. Dana's even got a fucking twin Famicom, but weirdly enough, before that conversation, obviously this box has been sat there a couple of weeks, he sent me Mario. I don't think this is the proper Mario 2. What we would call Lost Levels, isn't it? So that is the official Mario 2. Obviously the Mario 2 that we got is Doki Doki something, or Don Don Doki, I can't remember now. But anyway, I think that is what we would class as the Lost Levels. So he sent me the disc. I didn't even show you, did I? I was just too busy looking at it. So now I just need the fucking thing to play. He actually sent me another one yonks back. I've stashed it somewhere. I think it might be a paint package. I can't remember now. He's definitely sent me another one, but I've got nothing to play it on, James. I need a sharp twin Famicom. I just need to be boxed. Doesn't need to be mint. Just get me one. I'll fix the fucking bout myself. But that's what he's like. Right, there's more. There was this as well. I ain't got a clue what this is. I've just seen that note and I didn't. So he's on his own mission for me to collect all the Japanese exclusives. Oh, I know what this one is. Just from the name. Sluice car N64. And I'm sure this is Choro Q, like Penny Racers. Choro Q 64 2. I think so. This must be Penny Racers 2 by Takara. I haven't looked at any of the names. I did on the last sort of little box that James has sent me over. Because obviously some of them you ain't got a fucking clue, but I recognise the font and the writing. I'm sure that's Choro Q 2, which I don't think ever got the release outside of Japan. I think we know it's Penny Racers. Could be wrong. Has been known once or twice, maybe. I've got to find somewhere to put shit now. And then another note. Right. So it's a little note here. Just basically says, lastly, something to say thank you for getting his lad the Zelda game. It's a Japanese version of a well-known NES game. Let's have a look. Ooh. It's lime green. Oh wow. Oh, I know what that is. He was on about this. Come on, bloody bonce. Balding head. He was on about this. What is this weird little case? These are funky, like a little cassette. I can't even get in it. Bear with me a sec, I can't get in. Is it taped down? Oh, this is why you shouldn't bite your nails, kids. Actually, I don't bite my nails. I do trim them, but I trim them a bit too short sometimes. It's taped down. I mean, that's not going to make much difference we've shown you anyway. You could probably see most of it from the outside. How the hell? Oh, I see how it is. Right, it's that way round. These cases are slick, man. So he sent me. It's double. It's just a cassette tape. It was in like this weird lime green. It's thicker than a cassette tape. But he sent me this. I'll give you a second to think what it is. Yeah. Little Samson. See it? Mate, you did not have to do this. Number 44. 1992. Fucking hell, that is late, isn't it? Even though in Japan that's late. But yeah, it come in this like really funky. I mean, that is awesome. Are these a thing? Or is this something you found and it just happens to fit that? Because it looks like a cassette tape, but obviously it's a bit more, a bit thicker. Little Samson. On the NES. Yes, it is a PAL game. It's one of the Italian, one of the European exclusives. I don't think it didn't come out in the UK. So yeah. I'll probably never get. So what's the other one that's like ridiculously hard to get? It's like Little Samson. Fucking hell. Because winding Big Al up about it. Oh, bloody hell, it'll come to me. Don't matter. Right. But that's Wasabi James. Fucking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Little Samson. Cherokee 2. Right. I do this because this is like there's only 2 little bits. For my birthday, I do have birthdays. I am still old enough to have a birthday. The missus usually just buys me whatever she wants, kind of thing. And I like, you know, fucking drawer full of socks that are still on the fucking hangers and, you know, in the packaging and stuff like that. So I said, look, I'll give you a list. So I give her a list. And I put this is one of the things I put on there because I was always meaning to get this. And bless her, she's got me it. So it is the Megadrive Mini. You've all seen these. I'm not going to bang on about it. But yeah, it's the only Mini one that I haven't got yet currently, which has now been remedied, thanks to the good lady wife. I probably will get round to modding it, hacking it. It's still standard stuff now. Nothing amazing to write home about, you know, in terms of doing any of that. And she got me this as well. I'm not averse to the sort of figures and stuff like that. I mean, I'd love to have the space. I have got quite a lot of Mario sort of figures and stuff. Not the really expensive First for Figures ones, but you know, the sort of high street type ones. So she's got me Eggman. I think probably because of Jim Carrey in the movie and stuff. But he's quite cool, isn't he? There's a few of these. They ain't going to ever get opened. So I might look to get them. But like I said, she was like, well, you'd like? I said, well, yeah, but the thing is, I've got nowhere to put it. So all that's going to happen to this is going to go in the garage, in a box, with, like I say, with all the other Mario stuff and whatnot. Until such time as I've got a room and a space. Off the back of actually talking about that, you know, I mentioned previously in videos in terms of the blast furnace going and stuff. It is still going. But because of the wonderful fucking government and the stupid Corona COVID thing, you can't have more than 6 people. It's pissing it down now. If they started knocking this down and then the government turned around and say, right, you can't have more than 3 people, they'd probably just pack up and then we'd have tarpaulin fucking covering a gaping hole in the fucking house. The dogs would be running around in the fucking gut. Piss, wind, shit, fucking snow coming in. No, I'm not doing that. So we spoke to Bill, we said, look, just leave it till the new year and we'll reassess it. And he was like, I think that's wise. So it is still going on, you know, things are moving and changing a little bit. But, yeah, there's no way I'm having, you know, it'll be enough fucking, I mean, I'm just dreading packing all this up anyway at the best of times, let alone it being sat there for, you know, an unknown amount of time. It ain't gonna happen. It can't happen. I mean, we're in no real rush for it. It'd just be nice to get it done finally. Right, I've got 2 other things left. 3 other things. We'll do this because this. No, actually, it wasn't. No, haha, I lied. It was nearly, I would say CEX, it was nearly a CEX roulette. It wasn't a CEX roulette. Haha, right, so what happened, I had, did I have any CEX credit? I think I did. I think I had like a tenner left, or so, it was something ridiculous. It wasn't a lot. I can't remember what I bought the stuff for James, and I think you'd seen it in the videos. And I think there was a tenner or so left over. I can't remember. It was something nothing. And I've just gone through listing stuff. It's gone dark again now. On CX, and this game popped up in stock in CX. It was 35 quid, and I'd seen it before, and I tried to order it, and I'd got that whole "we can't source the item, here's your money back" jobby. And I didn't have enough money for it in terms of credit anyway, so I was umming around about putting the extra 20 quid towards it, 20, 25 quid or whatever, and getting it. So I thought I'll just have a look on eBay just to sort of see if there's any copies there, and lo and behold, right, the oddest, this very, very rarely happens to me. When I checked this game, there was one on bids, and it was ending in something like 15 minutes or something daft, and it was a weird time. Again, it was a weird time. You know, it wasn't like when everyone had finished work. You know, it might be like a Wednesday at like 2:30 or something like that. And I thought, you know what, I've got sort of tenner in sort of CX credit, but I was willing to pay an additional 25 or whatever from PayPal spend. So I thought, you know what, I can't remember, I got it for, it's ridiculous, like £14. I'm sure £14, £15 I got this for. From eBay, and it is Legend of Cartier. Matless game. I honestly did not think it was going to come. It was on auction. The manuals, the way I looked at it was, if I'd paid the money with CEX credit and got this game, I would have been happy. It is all complete, and like, you know, the only thing is the manual is a little bit, not, I wouldn't say tatty or ratty, but it's been used. It's seen a thumb. It's an honest copy, you know. Let's say for £15. So this is a bit of an RPG. I think it's a strategy RPG or strategic. I just said strategy RPG. It's what turn-based, like Final Fantasy Tactics. Gather your army and set forth on a courageous quest. Learn the might of steel and the majesty of magic in this tactical fantasy role-playing adventure. Your destiny calls you. Yeah. It is weird. It's in a weird font. It's not because I'm fucking dyslexic or stupid. Well, I am fucking stupid, but yeah. So, Konami game, not Konami. Konami. Quite happy with that. I say not very often. I drop sort of lucky in that respect, usually, in games like that. So yeah, no CX today at all, because there's been no car boots. Charity shops have been absolutely fucking dire. Right, we're back. I've changed the game. I had to just juggle some shit around. It's getting dark again, isn't it? I'm gonna lose the light here. Fucking Ada. Find the elements. You're welcome. You're welcome. You knew it. Alright, see if that does anything. Hopefully it's got an intro. This is Legend of Cartier. Gone dark again. It's because it's picking up on that. Just fucking room. Shut up. Right, I've got to plug on. We've got to move on here. I have to bring you closer in because I'm going to be shouting like a motherfucker else. Okay, off of Facebook. I've got some off Facebook Marketplace. That's too close. I'm fucking scared of kids, man. It's Halloween nearly. This was advertised, and I was like, it weren't cheap, right? So this weren't cheap, but I think it was fair. But there was only really one thing. ASMR. Why don't you ever play any games, Stu? Can't even eat that fucking thing.